Hi everyone, Miss Jasmine here. This is the breakdown video for the Prime 1 and 2 Acro class that is on Tuesday at 6:30, the popcorn class. So for this breakdown video, I am going to be breaking the dance down by talking it and showing the video from our last class. And the dance is done, so the video will show the entire thing. With having limited space and with having a couple formation changes and different groups in the dance, I figured this was an easier way to explain it since I don't have that much room to show you, and I felt that it would be less confusing to explain the formation changes and groups by having a visual than just explaining it by myself, because I want to make sure no one is confused and you're able to understand it all. But if you still have any questions or anything about the dance, feel free to reach out to me. And if this way of breaking down the dance is still confusing, let me know and we can figure out another way to break it down. So the very first thing that happens is I have my three girls on the trampolines, who are Peyton Bunda, Aubrey Tees, and Adeline Scancella. So they start on the trampolines that are on stage on the last mat. Let me minimize the screen more. Oh, I forgot to say, the first video, I will be breaking the dance down without sound, without music. And I'll be talking through the steps, playing the video, stopping it, doing it that way. And then the second video, I will play it with sound straight through, and I'll talk through the steps at the same time. So hopefully the sound carries over when I do it that way. If not, I have my iPad and I'll try and sync up the music. Going back, very first thing, my trampoline girls, Peyton, Aubrey, Tees, and Adeline Scancella, they start on stage on the trampolines. They have a pose. They should remember their pose. It's either hand on their hip, another hand up, or both hands up. And as soon as the music starts, they do 4 tuck jumps on the trampoline. Their arms are in a high V. They do 4, then they do a big jump off of the trampoline, and they run to their spot. When they are done in the music, they should start singing, and that is when the rest of the girls who are off stage in the wings, lined up on whatever mat they're on, and they run out when they start singing in the music. Then when everyone comes out, in the music it says put both hands up, so everyone puts their hands up. They clap 4 times above their head, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they wave their arms right to left. They go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from there they keep their arms up. Everyone does a back roll, then they stand up, then they do a front roll, stand up, and tuck jump. And then right after the tuck jump, they do a handstand. And that is, everyone does that. Everyone's facing the front. For that, the back roll is towards the back, front roll to the front. What did I say was after that? Tuck jump and handstand. So let me play that real quick. The video cuts off the girls jumping on the trampoline, but I think they are smart enough to figure that out and know that they are jumping. So those are the tuck jumps. Then everyone runs out, and that's when they start singing. Then they put both hands up, they clap 1, 2, 3, 4. They wave 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's the back roll, stand up, front roll, and the rolls are 4 counts each. Stand up, tuck jump, handstands. Then right here in the music, I believe everything, the rolls, the back roll, front roll, I believe that's all 4 counts. Then in the music, it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So everyone claps from high to low, and they go side to side on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we call this jump popcorn for them to remember. It's a big star jump, so they jump, arms high V, legs are out a little bit, and they're making a big X when they jump. So they go 5, 4, 3, 2, they jump on 1. Then they sit down, crisscross applesauce, grab their feet, they do 2 egg rolls. And then after the egg rolls, they turn their bodies so their feet are towards the hula hoops, which is stage left. Then they push up into a back bend, 1, 2, 3, 4. They lift one leg, super straight in the air, toe pointed, 1, 2, 3, 4. They tuck their chin to come down. Then they grab their knees, rock and roll. So they rock back, roll to stand up to face the front. And I will play that part real quick. So this is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 popcorn, egg roll. They do 2 egg rolls. Then they turn feet towards the hula hoops, push up to a back bend, lift a leg, come down, tuck their chin, grab their knees, rock and roll to stand up. Then from there, they do a cartwheel to the right. So their belly button is to the front, cartwheel to the right, which is in this video towards the mats. And then they run to their trampolines. And in class, I normally say trampolines, and they know what I'm talking about. So there is a group that runs to the stage right corner trampoline, as you can see in the video. And then there's a group that runs to the stage left. And then one person, I believe it's Olivia. She runs to the center trampoline. And Cameron, Lily Jean, and Adeline Scansella, they do not run to the trampolines. They run to the third mat, and they make a triangle formation, and they push up into a back bend with their heads facing towards the front and their feet are towards the mirror, which is the back. And that probably sounds really confusing right now, but in the video, it'll make more sense and I'll talk it through again. So after they do their back bend, leg up, tuck their chin, come down, rock and roll to stand up, right cartwheel, they split to their sides to go to the trampoline. Now I will explain the trampoline part first, and then I will explain my trio, which is Cameron, Lily Jean, and Adeline Scansella. I'll explain what they do next. So my trampoline girls, they have partners, whoever is across from them on each side. Excuse me. So they have so one person from each side. So you have the left trampoline and the right. They jump up onto the trampoline. They do a big tuck jump off, and then they do towards the front. They tuck jump off, and then they do continuous front rolls. So they do not stand up in between the front rolls. Continuous front rolls to the end of the mat, and they end up making, there are three straight lines from the front mat going back. And then the next person, after they tuck jump off and start rolling, then the next 2 people, they go on the trampoline, jump off, do continuous rolls, and they end up in line behind each other. So that's the trampoline part. And then my trio, who they are in their back bends, they push up into a back bend, and then one at a time they kick over from their back bend, and then they do the continuous front rolls, and they end up, their line is in the middle. And then Olivia, who is my extra person who's in the middle, after the last person kicks over, she does the tuck jump off and she does the continuous rolls to end up in the line. So I will play the video. Hopefully that explanation did not confuse you. but I will explain it again showing you. So this is, so everyone's running to the sides. As you can see, let me go back a smidge. Right here. Okay. So as you can see, I'm pointing like you can see me. We have the two end trampolines, girls in line, and then one person in the middle trampoline, and then my trio on the third mat. So the first person to kick over, so my backbenders, they hold their backbend until it is their turn to kick over. First, it is Cameron. Second is Adeline Scansella. Third is Lily Jean. Okay, so then you will see the trampoline girls jumping off, front rolling, and then the backbenders kicking over, and then they do their front rolls. So they're kicking off, kicking over, doing their front rolls. And while the girls are waiting, who just finished, while they're waiting, they sit on their knees. And they just wait until the last person in line gets there. Okay, so you can see we have the three lines, and the three lines are in line with the trampolines. And then in the music, it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 again, and the girls are still sitting on their knees. And on that part, on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, their arms out to the side, and they rock, kind of like a boat. They rock 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They go right, left, right, left. And I'm not sure if my recording is going to flip. So right now I'm doing it opposite, but they go, so it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then they go back, a couple of them, they go back to their beginning spots. Some of their spots change, but they go back to some of them go back to the second and third mat. And then I have a couple girls who stay on the front mat and do a partner trick. So to clarify, if your child either goes to their spot or they stay in the front mat, I will tell you who the partners are who stay, and then if I did not say your child's name, they go back to their spot. So the partners, it is Avery and Olivia, Cameron and Lily Jean, Kate and Bunda, and Aubrey Tees. So those names I just said, they stay on the front mat, and there's one person on their hands and their knees, and then the other person, their partner, they hook under their bellies, and they kick up to it's a chest stand. So their chest is on their partner's back, but they're hugging their partner's belly. The partner needs to keep their back up. They don't want to arch down. I think that's called like cat or something in yoga, but they want their bellies up, so they're a little rounded more. And then their partner hooks under their bellies, kick up to a chest stand, so their legs are in a handstand, legs straight together, and then they come down. So those are the girls' names that I said who do that partner. That's what they're doing. If I did not say your child's name, they run to their beginning spot or the new spot, and they lay on their bellies. Their head is towards the hula hoops and feet towards the mat. So their head is to the right, to left stage, feet towards right stage. They're on their bellies. They do toe to nose. So they push up on their hands. They're on their bellies. Bend their knees so their feet touch their head. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they kick their legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Then everyone does. My partners on the front mat, they spread out after they do their trick. And then after all of that, the toe to nose and the kicks and the partners, everyone faces the front. They do a headstand, so they go head, hands, head, tushy, legs, and then they come down. So I will play that part. That was a lot of explaining, so I apologize. So this is the rocking on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They get up, they either run to their spot. Let me pause this real quick. Okay, so all right, as you can see here, this is Olivia and Avery. So as you can see, Avery is on her hands and knees, and then Olivia, her arms are wrapped under her belly, Avery's belly, and she kicks her legs up. And they get one chance to do that. They don't get like 10 chances to keep kicking up. So they kick up, try and hold for a count or two, and then they come down. And then the rest of the girls, as you can see behind them, they run to their spots on their bellies, toe to nose, they kick their legs, and then they do the headstand and come down. After this part, this is another formation and group change. So the front mat, they run to stage left, and the second mat to the, I'm sorry, I mixed it up. The front mat goes to stage right, middle to left, the third mat to the right. So they split. It goes every other to what side they go to. So they run off to the end of the mat, get in line. They're off stage in the wings. And this is the this is the trick of their choice. So they can either, so they run towards the end of the mat, like quarter of the end of the mat. They can do a front roll, handstand, cartwheel, round off, whatever they want to do. That's their trick of their choice. And they go one at a time, but they go 4 counts apart. So the first person goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next person goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will play that part real quick. So this is just the dancer's choice of what they want to do down the mat. And I'll count who goes next. I'll go like 1, 2. So first, check your choice, then the next person in line, and then the next person in line. And when they're done, they run off stage. So they keep going. They don't stop on the mat because we don't want them to get hurt. Okay. So then after the last person who does their trick of the choice, I do not believe, I think I changed this our last class, which is not in this video, but I will still explain it. It's not a big change. It just gives the other dancers something else to do. So then we have, after trick of your choice, we have our headstand partners. And those people are Aubrey Tees, Juliana, Olivia, Peyton Bunda, Lily Jean, and Avery. They run on stage. They do, I'll play it as I talk. That's not so confusing. They run on stage with their partner, and one person goes down, does a headstand. Their back needs to be towards the audience, and their head needs to be on the ground. So it's not a handstand, it's a headstand. So head is on the ground. Their partner is holding their feet, and the partner, when they go up, their feet are closed, and the partner opens their legs 1, 2, and then they help them roll down out of the headstand. So let me go back real quick. And they need to be on the front mat, which you don't really need to do while you're at home, but we'll do it once we are back in the studio. So make sure your head is on the ground, headstand, open 1, 2. Then what is not in this video, as they are doing the headstand, which is why they need to be on the front mat, my girls who are off stage, who just did the trick of the choice, they do continuous front rolls. I believe they do 4 of them. Continuous front rolls, either from stage left or stage right, onto the mat, so they are not standing up in between the front rolls as the girls are doing the headstands, which is not in this video. And then after all of that, after the headstand and the front rolls, everyone runs back to their beginning spots. The very beginning spots, but the girls are not on the trampolines. The girls are not on the side, so it's after they run out to their spots. And they repeat some of the beginning, and I'll just explain it as they are doing it. Okay, so they do a cartwheel to the right, cartwheel to the left, then they do a handstand, come down, then they sit on the ground, so they have cartwheel right, cartwheel left, handstand. Then they have a seat on the ground, they do their back bend like they did in the beginning, feet towards the hula hoops, lift their leg, tuck their chin, come down, rock and roll to stand up. Then in the music, it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So they are doing the same claps, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They do the popcorn jump. And in this video, their poses get cut off. So, so here's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They jump, their poses get cut off. So I will, from my memory, the front mat, they split in the middle and they lay on their bellies facing in. So I believe that is Olivia, Cameron, Lily Jean. I forget who's on the end. I want to say it's Adeline Smith. And I believe Aubrey is on the front mat. But the front mat, they split into the center. They lay on their bellies towards the center of the mat. Knees are bent and their head is in their chin is in their hands. The second mat, I believe they are on their knees sitting up. So they're not sitting on their feet. They're on their knees and hands are in a high V. And then my trampoline girls, after the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they jump and then they run. Oh no. For the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, they run to the trampoline. They do that there. They do the big tuck jump off. And then they pose with their feet apart, hands up, high V. So they're in an X. So let me go back. Let me reverse that a little bit. So that's the back bend, rock and roll, stand up. This is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're on the trampoline. They jump off and pose. All right. So I hope that helped. The next video will be with the music, and hopefully the sound carries through.